Every bike is equipped with an emergency medical kit so that paramedics can respond to everything from a bike accident to a heart attack. Just as Owen prepares for the big move to kindergarten come fall, teachers here at the University Houses Preschool are preparing for a move of their own. WISC offers dozens of lectures discussing everything from social justice to gender roles, all in the context of today's most popular science fiction, including the Game of Thrones series. Vacationers may be feeling some pain at the pump, but soaring gas prices aren't necessarily hurting their vacation destination. While police share stories of Sergeant Cron, some of them include her special bond with members of the Mounted Patrol and K-9 units. Not even April showers can rain on the parade of these popular Madison food carts, but some restaurants are not impressed. I'm Leah Linscheid for the Badger Report, and I'll have more on that story next. 19 Boys and Girls Club volunteers traveled the 800 miles to Oklahoma with nearly 70,000 pounds of supplies. But more impressive than those numbers is the response they received from Moore residents.
Oh, what a good girl.
It's Luna's birthday.
May 5th, and she is turning 8.
She's celebrating with her partner in crime, Matthew Kenny, who's been with her since the beginning.
I was there the day she showed up in a trailer.
They both made an appearance at the Mounted Patrol annual open house, where Luna and other horses put on a show. Luna is one of 4 horses on Madison's Mounted Patrol, all trained here at the Horse First Farm in Brooklyn, Wisconsin, learning the skills necessary to become the police department's most popular employees.
The horses are, a really great ambassador, number one, for the department.
They'll want to pet the horse, meet the horse, they'll want to know her name. I never get that kind of response when I'm driving through a neighborhood in my squad car. You want to pet the horse right here?
You often see Madison's Mounted Patrol out on crowded events throughout the year. But what you don't get to see is the relationship officers grow with their equine partners.
It makes a much better partnership between officer and horse.
And on Luna's birthday,
good girl,
Kenny's looking forward to that relationship growing for several more years.
This is a partnership between myself and her based upon trust, and she will trust me.
In Brooklyn, Leah Linscheid, WISC News 3. From realtors' offices to construction sites, Madison's housing market continues to see obstacles on its road to recovery. The seminar included a traveling memorial wall for fallen Wisconsin soldiers. Organizers are hoping the event will let veterans here on campus know they haven't been forgotten. If biking isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think of dairy farms,
shouldn't we be having dairy breakfasts and stuff like that?
You aren't alone.
When I first did the ride, I thought, a bike ride is really kind of a strange way to support dairy farming.
But that's exactly what Patty Laskowski and 60 fellow bicyclists did Saturday in the name of the Wisconsin School for Beginning Dairy and Livestock Farmers.
We will bring in just about $16,000.
The Ride to Farm event kicked off Saturday morning at Barneveld's Birch Lake Park. Participants biked more than 50 miles across southwest Wisconsin, all in support of the Beginners Farming School at UW-Madison.
If you can go the distance in biking for today, you should be able to go the distance in farming.
With nearly 11,000 dairy farms across Wisconsin, Patty and her fellow riders are hoping to inspire a new generation of farmers through courses offered at the Wisconsin School.
We train young people in the classroom, and then we have internships in the summer.
We're really supporting new farmers and young farmers that want to think differently.
The Ride to Farm event is in its 10th year, and according to Patty, biking and farming aren't really all that different from one another. She says they both come down to one thing:
perseverance. You stick to it. If you believe in something, you stick to it.
In Barneveld, Leah Linscheid, WISC News 3. Congress is gearing up for what promises to be a heated battle in immigration reform. I'm Leah Linscheid, and up next on the Badger Report, I'll show you what that reform might mean for some here in Madison.
Hola, ma, ¿cómo estás?
Leopoldo Rocha is no stranger to languages.
I started learning English when I was about 3.
Originally from Mexico, Rocha now lives in Madison as a legal resident working toward citizenship.
It'll be 10 years in August. So it's definitely been about half my life.
He's not alone. The U.S. houses a reported 11 million immigrants and scores of others who are undocumented. Madison immigration lawyer Raluca V. Otteson can't say for certain how many immigrants live in the city, but her law office sees several hundred cases a year.
We usually see on average about 2 cases a day of individuals who are just trying to find out if they have any options.
More often than not, those options come with a hefty price tag.
You're talking about thousands of dollars by the end of it.
Now, these are each applications filed with the government, all containing hundreds of documents for a process that can take more than a decade.
It's 15 years before you're even eligible to apply for citizenship.
All these obstacles and more can take a toll on individuals looking to achieve the American dream.
For somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of education and doesn't have a whole lot of money, that this is a very difficult process.
There are resources in Madison to make that process a little easier to bear. Places like the Catholic Multicultural Center on Park Street offer more than a place for prayer. They also offer English-speaking lessons and computer skills classes. But for Rocha, what's most important is reconciling the culture he came from with where he calls home today.
There's parts of both cultures in me.
For the Badger Report, I'm Leah Linscheid.